Hi guys, and welcome back to Neil Prat. It is the final episode of our Belgian Eurosong 2025 reaction series. Woo, it's been quite the competition with some highs, some lows, and some highs and lows all in the same songs as well.
Yeah.
If you want to check out any of our other thoughts on the national final, you can check them out at neilpwad.com. And you can also send us a voice note with your opinion. Let us know what you think. You can also check out some of our previous videos, including United by Music, which is our new stupid feature that I am absolutely obsessed with. But today we have Jelle van Dael. Did I say that right, Thomas? You were coaching me beforehand.
Yeah, it's Jelle.
Jelle van Dael and the song
Yep.
Monster. So let's take a look and see what we think of this.
Help me heal my heart. I'm drowning, keep my head above the water. Hear me feel it all. Been here before.
What a dramatic start.
I've lost
Yeah.
myself again.
Even like the colouring seems quite dramatic. This is really reminding me of something.
It's very, very much. It feels very much made for Eurovision to me. It's familiar.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like this beat.
I like her style.
Yeah. Very cool.
And now I take it all, and I'm no longer scared to fall. I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to prove.
This seems to be a very difficult song to sing live, and she's not doing a bad job at all.
No. She's not pitch perfect, but she's doing a good job.
And there's some power behind her there as well.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I like this.
It's got a catchy melody.
I thought that was the tattoo noise there.
Yeah. I feel like this part needs a bit more power.
But the beat here is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just tune it in a little bit, I think, is all that's needed.
Yeah. I think she could do with some backing vocalists to support her.
Ooh, okay. That was Jelle van Dael. I probably said that wrong again.
Yeah, you keep wanting to say Jelle, but it's just Jelle.
Jelle. Okay.
Yeah.
Apologies, Jelle. With Monster. Thomas, let's go to you. What do you think?
You know what it is? I'm kind of torn with this one. Like it's one each time I hear it, and I've heard it a couple times now. Each time I hear it, I'm like, oh, this is good. I like this. And then I keep thinking about what else we have, and I'm like, but is it the best option? But it's so Eurovision-y. And we've said this before about certain songs that we've listened to from national finals. Sometimes a song just really sounds like it's been made for, not necessarily always Eurovision, but like it's been made for a competition, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is definitely one of those songs where you can tell that she's listened to a lot of songs that have done well over the past years at Eurovision. I'm one that I think of when I listen to this, and a lot of people from the comments, is Tattoo by Loreen. It has a bit of a similar vibe. I don't think it's as powerful as Tattoo, but it reminds me of it a little bit. So she's definitely looked around and been paying attention to what's been doing well, and she's sort of like implemented all of those elements into one song. I think it's got a very catchy melody, easy to remember. I think she sings it competently. I don't think she does it fantastically. But even if you think about Loreen, like, she's not always pitch perfect either. And I think that's sort of part of the charm a little bit, a part of a live performance. You know, when we talked about Mentissa, you said like her vocal was almost too perfect for you.
Yeah.
This one has a bit more of a pitch to it. I feel like, obviously, this is a showcase. We've said it before. It's very minimal. I feel like staging for this could be really cool.
Yeah.
The outfit is there. The lighting is there. The backdrop is sort of there. There is an ID there. So I feel like maybe, I'm not expecting any backing dancer, but I'm expecting something more happening on stage around her. And I think that should this go to Eurovision, it would do well. I think it would be a safe qualifier. If she works on the vocal, this could do really well with juries. And I think it could potentially do pretty well with televote. I'm not saying it's a guaranteed top 10 or anything, but I feel like at least it would qualify, and it would, depending on how good the staging is, it would be like a mid-table result, or maybe just a top 10. I don't know. But again, I think we've got better options than this. I'm sort of wanting Belgium to send something a little bit more edgy, something a little bit more unique. In a way. Like, for example, Mentissa, a French song, just having something in French would already be amazing to me. And I think that's a very cute song. But I just...
You can't stop yourself,
Let's just ignore it. And then we, obviously we did Red Sebastian a couple of days ago. That one to me is the one that I think has the most potential for Eurovision. Because it feels kind of Eurovision-y, but it also doesn't. And this one, it might be just a little bit too Eurovision-y for my liking, but I still think it's a good song.
Yeah, a little cliche in terms of Eurovision songs. You probably got a little bit of not referenced in the terms of the music, but a little bit of inspiration from things like Queen of Kings, kind of Queens rather, and all those sorts of like more poppy songs. I'm even thinking a little bit Cornelia Jacobs, and just like a little bit more of those songs that were. There's different inspirations that have been taken for sure. That
doesn't it sound like it could be in Melfest?
Yes, absolutely. That's probably what I'm thinking of. It probably sounds like something like Victoria's submitted, or do you know what it kind of reminds me of? But it's not the same. But it kind of gives me a similar feeling to Annika Wickedar. I believe that's how you say her name. Apologies.
Annika Wikihelder, is that?
Potentially, she did Light last year. And a little bit of Melanie Webb.
I can see what you mean. Yeah, I can sort of
not exact, but just sort of like the. There's a bit of drama in there, but there's also a lot of like light and joy in the song, and that is quite typical of a lot of songs at Melfest, actually. So I can. It's almost pop by numbers, but it's not pop by numbers in a way where it's upsetting, because you're like, oh, this just feels like so. This feels like a AI chatbot could have written it. It doesn't quite have that forced feeling to it, which is good, because we've had some forced ones in the past. This feels nice. This would also be a little different for Belgium. If you were
I don't think we've ever sent anything similar to this. If I'm thinking about the past 10 years, it's got a bit of a dark, melancholic feel. So in that sense, you could compare it a little bit to like Blanche and L'Autre Notte, but it's still very, very different. Those were a lot more edgy than this one is. This one, it's like you said, it's very pop by numbers. It feels like it's. I'd have to check. I think she co-wrote the song. But if you would tell me that this was written by a bunch of Swedish music producers, I would believe you.
Yeah,
I would believe it. So, but again, I think it's definitely a solid entry, and I feel like the entire Eurosong, like we've discussed in our previous video about Stefanie Kollbaut, there's a mixture of everything here in this national final. You've got some pure like trance techno. You've got some cute French pop music. You've got a club banger in Le Manu. You've got pop with this one. Lise's song is very similar to this one, I feel. It's well, not very, but like it's a similar genre, I think. Then you've got Stefanie, and then you've got Len, all very different kinds of songs. So there was a lot of negative comments about the Eurosong lineup. And having heard all the songs, I'm like, I don't really agree with people saying how bad it all is, or like, I think it's quite a good bunch.
Do you think this comes down back to what we've been saying this whole series? And why are we getting these showcases in the first place?
Oh, yeah. Definitely the delivery. Some of them have done a better job than others, but definitely the delivery and the concept that you have in these showcases is just, it's way too minimal. Yeah. But
you said this was recorded in December.
Yeah.
Right. So this is like such a long time that we could be getting something completely almost different when it comes to Saturday night. We could be getting a lot more rehearsals. We know we're going to get more staging because you have to be able to get more staging than that. I don't think it's possible to have less staging. But I've also just taken on your point. I can definitely confirm she did co-write it. None of the names look particularly Swedish, but that doesn't mean anything. People can be from anywhere. But yeah, she did.
But I feel like with this Eurosong, and as well with Eurosong 2 years ago, all of the artists wrote the songs themselves, or at least co-wrote the songs themselves. And I feel like that was the input that VRT had. Like, we want to bring Eurosong back, but we don't want these. I've talked about this today when I was reviewing the national final from, what was it? I forgot what it was. Norway. I was doing MGP today.
Okay.
And I said about some song, the song feels like it's been made by a group of fast track pop music producers, and it's just like, we write songs all day long, and that's all we do, and we sell them to whoever wants to sing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like you don't really have that here. Although we did just agree about Jelle's song that it does sound like it could be one of those songs. But at least when you look at the credits, all of these artists have co-written, or at least written these songs themselves. So that does give you a bit more originality, and it does make me like the artist and like the song a bit more when I feel like at least you put in the work.
Yeah.
And you're not giving us something that, like you're going grocery shopping for songs, for example,
Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I think it's really simple in its delivery from what we've seen, but it doesn't need much more. I think she performs it really okay, quite nicely. There's some bits that I could use a touch up on, but if this was December, the Eurosong is the final live.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah,
that's because people are voting. Yeah.
That's nearly 2 months of rehearsals and practicing and getting done what you've got. That could be sorted. I think this is another really good one. I think there's been, with a minor exception, we'll just say with a minor exception or two, this has been a fairly strong lineup.
I agree.
And quite interesting. And it'd be really, I think the good news for yourself is that Belgium have a good few options that I think whoever won, you could at least be proud, whether the song comes dead last in a semi-final or qualifies, you could be proud that that was your entry and stuff. I think that's always a good start. We've spoke about that before, but I think, there's a good bunch here for you to choose from.
Yeah, I think that there's at least 3 to me that feel like safe qualifiers. I would say Mentissa, Red Sebastian, and Jelle. All three of those songs sound to me like a safe qualifier. I want to say Lays as well, but I feel like it's less instant than, for example, Jelle's song. But I feel like those three, at least, if we sent one of those three, that would at least get us to the final. Because at least we also know that they can perform it, that they're doing a good job, or at least a decent enough job. And with good staging, I see that qualifying quite easily. The others, I don't know.
I could see the Manu, Grace, and Lee's probably qualifying.
Yeah. I really love the Manu song. Like, I've been listening to it a lot since we reacted to it, but I feel like it's also, I don't know why, but I keep thinking about Croatia's entry in 2021. What was her name again?
Oh, Albina.
Albina. I don't know why I'm comparing it to that, but I keep thinking about that one and how that was a fan favorite and then it didn't qualify. Only just, but it didn't qualify. And I feel like the songs are getting, yeah,
it was
but the songs are getting stronger and stronger every year. I feel like last year was an insanely strong year. If we get that again this year, I fear that that might. And she's also not the most confident singer. I'm not going to talk about performing, but about singing, about vocals. It wasn't really that great. So even though I love the song, I think it would be more of a risk than the three that I've mentioned.
Okay. Well, we've definitely talked a lot about Eurosong. We're going to be doing some more talking with only Shay Jobs. So keep an eye out on his YouTube channel and you will see us talking about Eurosong as well. Eurosong is tomorrow night. We are very much looking forward to it. We're also going to have Benidorm Fest. We're going to have is it IMA, Slovenia? Like, there's loads happening. It's another Super Saturday.
National final.
That's on Thursday. So by the time we're recording this, by the time you're watching this, Greece have already chosen their song. So we're going to be behind.
Oh,
already.
no. Yeah, Greece is before that. It's Spain, Slovenia, and Belgium. Sorry. Got that wrong.
But lots coming up, which means a lot of reaction videos to come. We have plans to do the Irish Eurosong.
I was just going to say that as if you guys haven't heard the word Eurosong enough, we're going to be doing some more Eurosong, but the Irish version.
And you will also get those all-important reactions to the winners of Benidorm Fest, the Greek national final, Eurosong Belgium, etc. Keep an eye out. We'll be posting them all here on YouTube, and you can see what we're up to at neilpois.com. Let us know what you think as well by sending a voice memo, and you might feature in a future episode. Woo! I don't know if that's something people want, but hey. Thank you very much for joining us for this series, and we will see you again next time. Bye-bye.